Hey y'all, welcome to the Filling Station. It's a new day, another opportunity to either make money in the market or to just learn from the market. But first, let me go ahead and give my disclaimer. I am not a financial advisor. I just enjoy teaching people how to build generational wealth. And yes, the stock market is just one of those avenues. So this video is for educational purposes only. If you could please like, comment, share, subscribe, all of that good stuff, because we learn and we grow together. With that being said, y'all, let's get started. We are looking at the VIX, and again, I like to look at the VIX because it kind of gives me an idea of what's going on with the SPY. Now, it looks like the VIX is finding support at the 1788 area. I have 1790 marked as a support area. Back to the upside, we'll have trouble possibly around 1797, and that's above the 5 EMA. If we should break that 1803, could very well be a resistance area, and breaking that level 1812. And if we should break the 1812, 1813, not far away is where that 20 EMA. Now, breaking that 1813 area, we have the ATR trail and stop at 1818. So if by chance we break back above that, and I'm going to set my alert there, because if we break back above that 1813 area, 1818 area, we've broken through a level of resistance. I need to watch that, because when the VIX goes up, normally the SPY is down, and when the VIX is down, the SPY is normally up. We'll check that out in just a moment. Now, back to the downside, if we break the 1788, we could very well come back to the 1755 area. So I would definitely watch those places for the VIX if I was trading the SPY. Again, not financial advice. Now, the SPY closed at 597.77, right? The SPY has been moving up because we saw that the VIX was down a little, right? Now, where are the trouble places for the SPY? What's interesting is this 595.816 area. So to the downside, we definitely need to watch that, or I would watch that area. So let's say back to the downside, under 98.04, we could very well, coming down under the 5 EMA, under 598.26, we can find support 598.04. And if we should break that level, 597.85, which is not far, right here where our 20 EMA is, but I had the 597.72 area marked. So within that area, we could very well find support, right? So under that level, we could very well come back to 597.42. And if we break that area, we're right at 597.38, where that the VWAP is and the 50 EMA. So if you're trading the SPY today, I would watch it under 597.38 again right now. Just looking at it now, y'all, I am seriously looking at my chart and wondering why it's looking a little bit different. I am looking at the 5 minute instead of, I was like, why is my colors like that? I am realizing now that I'm looking at my 5 minute instead of my 30 minute, what I like to look at. Let's retract that. So as of right now, support resistance areas for the SPY to the upside is 598.98. If we should break that level, 599.29, 599.60, and if we break that, $600.14, which is where the 200 EMA on this 30-minute chart. Back to the downside, under 597.45, 596.71, 596.45, again here at 595.53, and again this stands 595.16. I would definitely watch that area, and if you see it's really close to where this ATR trail and stop, which in my opinion is strong support or strong resistance, so I would watch those areas. I knew that my chart looked a little bit different with the SPY. So again, the SPY looks to be moving to the upside. Looks like we're having some trouble in this area of 598.55, so I would watch SPY above that. So I'm going to set my alert above that level. If by chance we break above that, then we have broken through a level of resistance. Now let's go look at Tesla today just to see where we are. Tesla closed at 383.68. Looks like we came down here, found support in this zone again. I would say around 381.58. That was our zone. We broke out of that only to, break through 384.91. Looks like 5 and 50 is trying to cross on this 30 minute. We definitely need to watch that. However, this 386.99 could very well be trouble for us, for Tesla. So I would watch this area. If we break that, just know 387.96 is going to could be another trouble place for us. Breaking that level, 388.76, and if we should break that, and I'm just coming here looking at the body of where our price is here. So around the body of those areas is around the 388.69, 388.71 area. So if we should break that, For Tesla, 390.42, it's within reach, and if we should break that, 390.80 is the ATR trailing stop. Now, Tesla normally exceeds its ATR for the day, so if by chance we break above this 390.80 area, we could possibly have trouble 392.73, and if we should break that, the 200 EMA, which is right close to a line that I have marked at 394.18. So I would definitely watch Tesla around that 394 area if by chance we try, get back to the upside. Now, to the downside, let's say we break back to the downside under 384.91, we can come back and find trouble or support around 382.96, and if we break that level, 381.68, and if we break that, 379.19. Now that 379.19 below that brings us back to a gathering spot on the daily chart, so I'm going to set an alert there because it lets me know that Tesla is back in that zone again from the daily chart. So if you're trading Tesla, I would definitely watch that area under 377.40. We could very well come back to 374.36, and if we break that, 373.04, and again 371.61 and 371 even. So I would definitely watch those areas for Tesla. Again, not financial advice. In the market, y'all, anything is possible. Nothing is guaranteed. Let's look at AMD today. We closed at 114.27. It looks like it too has been trading in this gathering spot, y'all. Look how we came down, bounced really strong off this ATR trail and stop here at 114.44. That is a support area. We've been here before, so we need to watch this area, 114.44 for AMD. Now, it's interesting that these moving averages are holding us up as of right now on this 30-minute chart. So back to the upside, where are our trouble places? So if we get back above 115.99, we could possibly have trouble 116.25, and if we should break that, 118.86, and breaking that level, 117.38. If we break the 117.38 area, we can have trouble again, 118.25. Now, breaking the 118.25 for AMD, there's a lot of other resistance. Let's say 118.63, 119.03. I would definitely watch those places to the upside. Now to the downside, under these moving averages and a level of support at 115.20, we could very well come back down and find support around the 114.62, which is not far from the 114.44 area for the ATR trail and stop. Now if we break that level, I would watch around 113.93, and if we should break that, we could very well come back to 113.43. breaking that for AMD, we can come back to 113.05, and breaking the 113.05, we can come back to the 112.05. So if by chance you're trading AMD today, those are places to the upside and to the downside I would definitely watch as our support and our resistance. Let's look at NVIDIA today just to see where we are. NVIDIA closed at 116.66. Y'all see it was been trading in this gathering spot. Let me see if I can make that a little bit bigger for us. We have a gathering spot trading here. Where are our support places? Back to the downside, let's say if by chance we break under 116.71, we could very well come back to 116.34, again at 116.25, not far away, 115.97, breaking that, 115.37, 115.28, again not far away. But what's interesting, that's where our ATR trailing stop is, 115.17. So if you're trading NVIDIA today, I would definitely watch it under the 115.17 area because it has broken through a layer of support on this 30-minute chart. Now back to the upside, if by chance we break back above, let's say it's a lot of moving averages here, so let's say if we break above 117.29, and again here at 117.60, so above 117.60 will kind of like get us out of this gathering spot area here. 117.60, we could possibly have trouble 117.86, and if we should break that level, 118.16, and breaking that, 118.53, breaking that, 119.17, and if we should break that level, 119.78. So those are trouble places for NVIDIA, or support and resistance to the upside and to the downside. So if you're trading NVIDIA today, those are places that I would definitely watch. Let's look at Meta today. We closed at 697.46, and I like to mark the gathering spot, y'all, just figuring out where prices gathered together, which is around, let's say, this level here to about this level here. So price has actually traded, if we go over to the left, in this area for Meta. As of now, I will watch the $700.99, and resistance was around the 703.51. It looks like we're trying to break past that. Keep in mind this high of 704.98 has been tested and looks like we've gotten rejected, and we have some reversal candles here, so we have to be careful. So is this 703.51 going to be a trouble place for us, or are we going to go back and retest, and break through? So if we should break above that, this area of 704.06, I would again watch the 705.50, and if we should break that 705.50, we could very well have trouble here again at 711.27 for Meta. So those are upside places or resistance areas to the upside. Now to the downside, if by chance we break under this 5 EMA at 702.18 as of now, $700.99 could be a support area for us. And if we should break that, 698.59, it just takes me to kind of like this zone here, 698.59, and if we should break that, we can come back to around 694.21, which is here, 694.21 area. So we can definitely, or 694.13, I would definitely watch this zone here for Meta today. If we should break that, that's right where our ATR trailing stop. Again, my opinion, strong support or strong resistance. We can have trouble in this area. If we drop below this, we could very well come back down to the 200 EMA around the 685.40 area. So if you're trading Meta today, those are places to the upside and to the downside that I would definitely watch. Let's look at Microsoft today, and it seems as if it too is in this little zone, in this box. And I always say the trading zone, right? So that's where buyers and sellers are. Back to the upside, I would watch above for Microsoft MSFT. Above 413.05, I would watch that level. If we should break that, 414.86. And if we should break that, 418.17. And if we break that level, 420.72, and breaking that, we could very well have trouble, 422.99. Now back to the downside, under, let's say, under this level here of 409.42, we could very well come back to the ATR trailing stop at 408.24, and if we should break that, we can come back to 406.21, which is around this area here. So around 406.21 for Microsoft, those are places to the upside and to the downside. So if you're trading Microsoft today, those are places that I would definitely, just keep an eye on, y'all. I say so often that in the market, anything is possible. Nothing is guaranteed. That is the truth, because, there's always somebody on the opposite end of your trade. Keep that in mind. So I'm going to go back to the SPY just to see, where we are. And it seems like SPY is just still having trouble, in this area here. So I would watch this area of 598.04. That is our support area as of now. We could very well come back to this 5 EMA or this area 597.72. What's interesting is these moving averages. I use those as support as of right now. So it would definitely need to break under 597.42 area. So I'm going to set an alert for me to let me know that SPY is under some layers of support that I need to watch, for possible entries. Again, y'all, I look at this, this is what I see when I look at the market. There's so many ways to trade the market. And what's interesting is trying to find a plan that works best for you and having the discipline to execute your plan. So again, I hope these videos are very, very helpful. If you could please like, share, comment, subscribe, all of that good stuff, because we learn and we grow together. So until next time, y'all, be blessed as well as a blessing unto others.